And last night's loss to Orlando, particularly rough for Tony Parker. 29 minutes, 0 for 6 shooting, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, look, the struggle's real for the 34-year-old Parker. He is averaging 11 points and 4 assists per game this season. You've both been part of the Spurs organization. You know Tony and how important he is to that locker room, especially with Tim gone. But still, at some point, Pop is going to have to move on from him. Do you think it's time?
I think it's time that you cut his minutes down. He can't be the primary guy for this team. What he was so good at as being one of the best point guards in our league is because of his speed. He gets into the paint. He's one of the best at getting in the paint and with his little floater. That is no longer the case with Tony Parker. He's slowed down a lot. These guys that he's playing against they're fast. I think he has to cut back on his minutes because he just can't provide that on a consistent basis anymore. Now, he'll give you sparks here and there, but as far as being consistently, I don't think he can provide that.
Well, it was interesting. I was talking to Pop yesterday, trying to find a restaurant in Los Angeles, not for any good reason. I said, Pop, man, I'm going to be in L.A.
That's
Where am I going to go?
Reason,
so
PJ.
he gave me, and I said to him, how's Manu and Timmy going? Because they're Tony going. They're the two guys I was with the longest. And he was bragging on how well Tony was playing. Now, I was in Rio this summer broadcasting the Olympics, and TP played pretty well for France. But that's kind of telling because both he and Manu have a lot of years where they played all the way into May or June, and then they always play for Argentina and France in the offseason. So it's difficult. Is Tony Parker the player he was a couple years ago? Absolutely not. But Pop was, and this is talking to me, not talking to, for publication. He said, no, I really like the way he's running the team. I like his attitude. He's been real great with the transition because this team is now Kawhi's team and LaMarcus's team. They're also trying to integrate Pau Gasol into the mix right now. I think you're right. Patty Mills is playing great. He's got no problem giving Patty more minutes. Dan Green's still a young guy. I think they're okay. They were playing extremely well. You referenced it in the beginning. They haven't lost on the road. All four of their losses in the AT&T. They lost one game at home last year.
One thing Tony Parker is a smart basketball player. So he can go out there and still run the team. But as far as providing what he used to, no, I don't think he can do
that. Well, his usage rate is lower. He's got to pick his spots now, obviously. But Pop said much the same thing to the media that he did text you. He got very upset when someone suggested Patty Mills should maybe be starting or playing more. And he said, "What are you trying to start a quarterback controversy?" I think Tony was.
Words.
I know Tony was out for a couple games. He's like, "You're trying to turn him into Lou Gehrig." I don't know. I mean, it's Pop, so don't suggest to him what he should do with his lineup. Thank you. I do want to talk Russell Westbrook, the Thunder, hosting the Wizards tonight, so we will see if Russ can keep up his triple-double pace against John Wall. But at least one other NBA coach, not that impressed, guys. Our Tom Haberstroh asked Detroit's Stan Van Gundy what seemed like a pretty innocuous question. Hey, Westbrook, those triple-doubles, that's pretty good. Stan answered with how Oscar Robertson was really the best player of all time. There was a whole rant about Oscar playing every night. Listen to Van Gundy. I can't do it as well.
Supposedly our athletes are better conditioned. We have all this science, and they're not capable of just playing as much. Maybe one of the reasons Chicago won as much as they did is Michael played every night, and he played 38 minutes every night. And so where were you ever getting an edge on him?
Okay, so first of all, thank you to Tom for that tape. And I do want to say, this whole thing started because he asked him about Westbrook, and he's talking about Oscar Robertson, and I don't understand why if you praise one, you have to rip on the other one. They were both great. We are lucky to have been able to watch both of them.
He can't be talking about Westbrook because Westbrook is on the court all the time. So
Westbrook has played every game.
He plays every.
When he was injured, he had that bad injury Christmas Day a couple of years ago. But other than that, he always plays.
Westbrook is not a guy that is going to miss back-to-backs. That's just not, he's not built that way. If he's healthy enough to be out on the basketball court, he's going to provide that.
Now,
other players, yes, I question that as well. Yes, some of these guys are soft because they can't play back-to-back, and you're probably in your 5th year in the NBA. I mean, what is that? Oscar Robertson, back in the day, averaged 44 minutes.
44 plus.
And didn't have the science that we have, the technology in his shoes. He played in bricks, and he was out there.
They were flying charters and staying.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly. No, not exactly.
So I reason with that. With Stan on that, but he can't be talking about Westbrook because he's always available.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, look.
Russell's spectacular. They're both Put Russell back then, bring Oscar now, the numbers are going to be the same. They're spectacular. But I love the one point he made. I know when coaching against this guy, you were happy when he was on the bench. You had to make the hay for 8, 10, 12 minutes when he's on the bench. When Michael went to the bench, everybody went, you look up at the score and said, we got to close it. We got to close the gap.
That's a little bit unfair. Michael went to the baseball field, all right? So Michael took time off. Let's not pretend Michael didn't take time off. And the fact that these guys are playing a little bit less means that you are, as a fan, getting better minutes out of a lot of them. I'm watching guys go all out all the time when I see them play.
But you know, and the players know, there are guys who are going to give you everything they have every night, and there are guys who are going to take advantage of the modern science when I need time off or I can't play today. I mean, that's reality.
Did you really spend 5 years with the Spurs organization? Because you're not sounding like it right now.
Well, hey, Pop rests the old guys. Pop's not resting the young guys. You watch the minutes those other guys are playing.
Just like I don't have a problem with somebody like LeBron James resting.
Right.
I mean, a guy
he should rest.
Absolutely.
You got to drag him off the court.
No.
Thank you.
Blake Griffin rested last night. Didn't go too well for the Clippers. I'm just saying. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, Michael Rappaport is going to join us. I have a feeling he maybe might have a few things to say about J.R. Smith last night in Milwaukee. I do want to get to, before we go, the Big O. Oscar Robertson was on SportsCenter
Hey, man,
this
how was
morning.
your Thanksgiving? Oh, man, it was cool.
Yeah, this is not good. Let's go back.
I want to congratulate him for what he's done, because he's been electrifying. I mean, he's such a great athlete, it's almost unbelievable. I mean, things that he's done for that team since Durant left, I don't think they're missing a beat right now. He's just so electrifying. He's speedy, he jumps, and I think he surprises players.
Dellavedova to a wide open Snell. Cavs got caught sleeping on that defensive play.
That's 2 of them, Gus. 2 times in this game, they've completely lost a Milwaukee Buck in the pop-up zone.
By that elbow back in 2013. You know what I'm saying? How was your Thanksgiving there, brother? Ridiculous. Huh? Ridiculous.
So this is your Imagine J.R. Smith conversation that was going on right there?
Yeah, that's what it was right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sets us up, of course, perfectly to welcome back Michael Rappaport. We are thrilled here.
Thanks for having me.
Courtside so many times in New York watching J.R. Smith.
Yes.
What did you think last night as you watched
it was JR being JR.
God love him.
And I think, afterwards he said that was his alter ego. I think that they should pay his alter ego for that game. And I feel like the enablers in Cleveland, Tyronn Lue and LeBron, they shouldn't continue enabling. This is so cute. He has his shirt off. I mean, first of all, he got suspended for elbowing Jason Terry in the face in the 2000, and now you're giving him a pound for it. Jason Terry played him like a real sucker right there. Okay, right there. Remember that? That eliminated the Knicks from the playoffs right there. He's elbowing. And Jason Terry, I like what he did. We got 2 points on you. We beat you. He's played him like a fool.
So you think that last night Jason was being like, "Hey, JR," and he's working.
I think he's got JR in his pocket.
Right. Come on. All right. Well, I'm going to take issue first. Before we go on, I have to correct you on something.
The enablers?
On the enablers, because today at practice, Ty Lue actually called out JR in front of the whole team, apparently told him that this can't continue and that this was embarrassing and that it shouldn't have happened.
Did he make him run suicides? Because I would have pulled him out of the game and made him run suicides during the game.
Okay.
That's how you get that going.
Please,
Tracy.
During the game.
Worse.
That happened to me when I was a kid.
Hold on. This is after a timeout.
There's no
He mounted
excuse.
the ball 94 feet away.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
he walks
cute.
over
No,
your
but you know
bench.
what's
That
more
can't happen.
baffling,
Look at
though,
this. Look where they're
It's
inbounding the
ridiculous.
ball.
You're a professional basketball
His
player.
excuse, though,
Team,
afterwards,
oh,
he
please,
said he
worse.
was out of the game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
back.
We can play this, actually.
Yeah.
Can you guys play the sound of
He
J.R.
thought he was out of the
Smith
game.
Out of the game.
How you thought-
Well, he was out of the
Can you take us through what happened with play with Jason Terry?
Good play.
You ran off the court and hugged him, and
Oh, really? I wasn't
Yeah,
paying
play.
attention. I don't remember that.
you didn't know they were inbounding the ball.
What play you talking about?
What? This is why Phil traded him. We don't have any babysitters in New York to afford to do
man.
that. We couldn't do
Wait a
it.
minute. You're really going to defend the
LeBron
fact that
has
Phil
given
traded
that
him
man a
and shoved him away,
championship
and then
ring.
he's gonna
Easy,
say they won
easy.
the title?
No, Rachel, in New York, we don't have a LeBron James that could babysit and deal with that kind of stuff. So when he's still complaining about Phil trading him, this is why. We can't deal with it. J.R. Smith is one of the most talented players that's ever put on a basketball uniform, and he's one of the most unfulfilled talents that's ever put on a basketball
Wow.
uniform. That's in
That
my
is a
opinion.
statement.
As far as just talent, that guy
I
has the
can't buy
talent.
it. I
Chauncey
want to
Billups,
agree with you.
As
No.
far as just talent, not fulfilled talent, but unfulfilled talent.
I've seen a lot of sad people.
I
with their
like
unfulfilled
JR.
talent.
He's
I
my
was
guy
gonna say,
from Newark.
I'll let you live.
I have said many of the time, JR is the Lord's gift to basketball fans. May he never change and never retire, because this is not the first JR moment we have gotten from him.
We got greatest
We'll
hits.
see some flashbacks here of his greatest hits.
Look at this.
2010 with the Nuggets, Tyreek Evans airballs a three. Smith thinks it was a made basket, tries to inbound the ball, and of course, as we know, that's a turnover.
He didn't know he was in the game now either.
2013, JR heaves it up from deep to hit the three-pointer, and the celebration, that's...
And you like this. You were happy.
That was fine. That was
okay. That's okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's the third quarter, by the way. 2014,
Right.
J.R. Smith
Right.
untied a player's shoes at the free throw line. You remember he got Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
Sean Marion.
That's easy pickings,
I think
though,
he tried to
Dwight
get
Howard.
Greg Monroe, right? But Monroe actually batted him away. He knew better or whatever. Yeah, he kind of took him away from that. Smith, of course, fined $50,000 by the league for the shoelace stunts. And you're right. Once he got to Cleveland, LeBron has certainly been able to even...
You're a New York guy. John McPhee's biography, Bill Bradley, A Sense of Where You Are.
Yes.
No one ever accused JR of having that sense of where he is.
Unfulfilled talent. Unfulfilled talent.
I think JR has done a lot for the Cavs. I think last night was a JR style lapse, and it seems like Ty Lue is handling it.
So he
Ty.
says.
Call him out.
We'll
I
see.
reprimanded him in front of the team. Make him do some suicides, man.
Not third grade.
Come on. Yeah,
It was a one-point game when it happened. It was
Exactly.
51-50
Not
when
good.
it
and then the
happened.
Greek freak went crazy on him, which I loved it.
Yes, which we will talk about. He's been had a tremendous season so far. Al Horford missed the Celtics game against the Heat on Monday for the birth of his second child. That made sense to everyone except CSN New England's Mike Felger. He had this to say, blasting Horford after the game.
I know when you make $30 million a year, it ain't much to get a private jet. Wick would probably pick it up. To fly down at 3 o'clock from Atlanta, it's a 90-minute flight to Miami, play the game, and come right back. I'm sure his wife is in the hospital, surrounded by nurses, mothers, aunts, relatives. I just
Say it, Felger. Spit it out.
I would have gone to the game. I would have played the game.
He has a point, but don't
No, he
count.
doesn't.
It ain't the playoffs.
No.
Call me when you have a baby.
I want to hear the
No,
button.
listen. He has a point in this regard.
Okay.
Is he was there for the birth of his child. He made sure the child was healthy, his wife was healthy. He could have flown out the next morning to play in the game in Miami,
Yo.
right? So he was there the day before when she gave birth, right?
I thought she gave birth on the day of the game.
Listen, all I know
now
is
that's different.
that guy's talking about $30 million. He's a broadcaster. What is he saying ain't for? Who is this clown? Where did he get this shirt? That's disrespectful. This is not the Eastern Conference Finals. It's not an important game. But the Celtics have a long bench. He just came off a concussion. Let Al Horford live. I don't like that guy.
I don't even know social media, but his sister had a great message on social media.
Yeah, we can't-
Horford's sister.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it any better.
My producer, Tinez, you need to get me that information because I think he was wrong. Now, if he had to fly out,
Either way, here's the deal. You make the decision for your family. You have 4 kids.
sure.
You know what is right for your wife. You
Yes.
know what is right for the
Yes.
birth of each of those children.
Yes.
If you decide you need to be there for any of the hours before, after, or during one of those children are born, that is more important than a basketball game.
I
it
agree.
is.
She's in
It is
Atlanta.
Rachel.
He's
It is.
living
I
in
agree.
Boston. It was his first year. It was a tough
Inconsequential
situation.
game. Mike Felger gets the Mike Felger. I give you the Mike Felger.
I don't know what that
And get a new shirt, okay, if you're going to be on TV. And don't say ain't.
What do
Speak proper English. I'm just a guest. I'm just a flunky off the street here, Rachel. You know what I mean? I don't have the cashmere like Mac and the customs like PJ. I'm just a guy off the street. What do I know?
You look beautiful.
You look
Please
fantastic,
come back and see
Rachel.
us again. That's
Thank
all
you.
I have to say. We have more to come on the jump, but first, it is time for our distant replay. This day back in 2008. Take a look, everyone.
Gary, one-on-one at the top. Starts, probes.
Here it goes.
Goes up.
Oh,
Who was that? My God. What's Miller?
Andre.
I fell down.
Oh my. Oh my.
Derrick Rose doing that for the Knicks now.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit.